Hey YouTube, I know what you're thinking. How can this cute little dolphin girl be stronger than Happy Chaos, the gun character that can fire bullets at any time and put you into continuous 50-50s on block? Maybe a few visual examples will help. So this is just an average, this is just your average Mei clip from our GOAT Slash. Definitely easily the best Mei player in the world. You know, just some standard pressure. Oh, I accidentally got a trade combo. Oh, looks like the super will whiff, right? No, just kidding. Full combo into death. Yes, that's a touch of death with not even like half risk. Insane character, right? Well, but you might say, wait, Diaphone, that was in the corner. That doesn't count. Okay, let's take, for example, this new mid-screen conversion that Mei has. And keep in mind, this is against Latif, one of the best players, if not the greatest in the world. Close slash. Oh, that's fine. We're mid-screen. It won't be a big issue. Side swap into FD cancel, air dash JK into the full combo death.
Wallah, you're carried.
New for this patch, of course. Absolutely insane character. But what are people actually saying? Maybe it's just me that's complaining about it, right? Here's a tier list from Carrot. Mei at top 1 in the game. This is ordered. Here's another tier list from Leffen, of course, known tier connoisseur. Who we got first? The cute little dolphin girl. And even if you don't think she's best in the game, most people have her around second, which is still really, really good in a game that has characters like Leo, Chip, and Ramathal. But let's hear it from the GOAT himself, Slash. So we're on a call with Slash. So Slash, obviously the Mei GOAT. I have to hear from them in person. The motherfucker that also took me on Frosty Frostings, but let's not talk about that.
My bad, bro.
So first of all, do you think Mei's top tier? Do you think Mei is top 1? Do you think Mei's top 1? Because I hear a lot of talk about that.
I think she's like top 2, but I think there's a reasonable argument why she could be top 1 though. I don't know who's top 1. I don't know if he is top 1. I don't think Mei's top 1, but I think these two characters like the top contenders for top 1 though.
So I think to understand why she's strong, we have to understand a few of the buffs that she got, right? The main buff that she got in this patch that people think puts her above the rest is S Dolphin, right? So S Dolphin had a few issues. One, if it was just on hit, you were actually minus, so it wasn't your turn to actually play. Even after you hit S Dolphin, that's no longer the case. They're even, but Mei has faster buttons, so it's your turn after S Dolphin hits. And even on block, you're only -3, which means that it's really hard for you to contest. So for example, if Mei does something like this, and I try to swing after, I get counter hit, and that counter hit leads into practically death. That leads into like 50%. So you have to take a lot worse options, which like, okay, that's like not that good, right? Because I barely got any damage, and Mei can call that out with something like a 6B. So the rock, paper, scissors after Dolphin is way better for her, to the point where Mei's damage is so high that it might actually be in her favor after blocking the Dolphin. So if this gets on counter hit now, you get a guaranteed counter hit, and you get a guaranteed command grab, and this command grab now can wall break for a mid screen. So imagine just one S Dolphin, and you already lost third of your health, and you have positive, which, as you guys know, positive in this game is extremely strong. Just to emphasize how much this character does, right? Tending one of the best players in the world, I could get ChatGPT to spit out a bunch of random moves in a row, and it would be a Mei TOD. And his Mad Lad SSF actually did it. Yeah, so this character is pretty good. So the thing that annoys me most about this character, this is something that Mei's had to get sad since launch, but it still is very annoying for Bridget to deal with, and it's this jump normal. Probably, in my opinion, one of the best, if not the best jump normal in the game, because let's say I just try to 6P it, you get counter hit, right? You have to do it super early, which is like very unreliable and very hard to do in an actual match. And just to show you another jump normal, See, like, I'm not mistiming the 6P. It's just her jump S is just that good. And I think the other thing that annoys me is that she is extremely hard to burst. And when you're in a tournament setting and you want to reverse the momentum and you have a lot of incentive to do that, her auto burst baits are very, very strong, and they can often, if you just bait one burst with Mei, win the match. I think this is better left to the #1 Mei hater in the world, Latif.
Why all characters have to think before baiting the burst, while she doesn't even need to think about that? She beats burst automatically. For me, I need to like break the law, do close slash jump block, like I drop the combo to bait the burst, but she just press buttons and do the combo over and over and over again, and she ends up, you know, resetting you. When I say I have a burst, I'm like, nah, I'm just gonna do a gold burst. I don't even need it. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want my burst. I don't want to see it there. It's a reset situation.
With that being said, why do we only see one Mei that's dominating, right? Why are the top 8s not filled with Mei players, right? Why is the tournament scene not every other match Mei versus Happy Chaos? To be honest, I think she's just not that popular of a character at high level, but I ask, again, the GOAT / to give us his opinion. So I have to ask, if Mei is so broken, why are you the only Mei cooking up people? Like, have you just, like, there's part of me that has the theory that you just gaslit everyone into thinking this character's like top 2, and you're just gapping the hell out of everyone, or...
I mean, Mei is not many people play Mei, I guess, but I think the way many people play Mei is like wrong, I guess. They always just often, most of the time, jump with her. I'm like, Mei is pretty strong in the ground too. Like, yeah, you have to mix it up, but I prefer Mei on the ground more. But because, you know, her 5K is really strong. Her, like, she may not look like it, but she's like a very hard character to approach against.
So would you say people play too aggressive with her?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like when they only just use dolphin, and just jump and air dash, I feel like I prefer to play slow with Mei. I sometimes just mix it up, but I think people like need to play defensive neutral and try to mix it up sometimes. Like, you can take all the time you need. Like, you don't really have to rush down as Mei.
Okay. So more throwing preemptive hooks like 5K as opposed to more committal options, and also having more variety in your neutral. You think that's kind of what separates you?
Yeah, I think I have like more, like I do stuff in neutral. Like, I try to mix it up, like movements and other stuff like that. I'm like, I don't really necessarily have to rush down my opponent to win neutral. Like, if they play like Soul, Jib, I'm like, I don't need to approach them. I can just sit in neutral and then press 5K.
Yeah, you're just a gap lord.
I'm glad today was not here, bro.
Is there like other Meis that you look towards that you think are really good?
There's a Mei player from Asia called Yu, like YUU.
Okay.
He plays Mei in an interesting way. Like, me and him have like some similarities, but it's like very small similarities. I think Corey is doing
Corey's very good.
Job.
Yeah.
Corey's doing a good job. He's been trying to improve lately. The man from Europe, like, he doesn't play often, but I think like he's also a mate that like does ticks and stuff like that.
After recording that, I realized if I don't want the comments to be all complaining, then I should probably give some Mei counterplay tips. So I asked Slash, and here's what he said. So the first thing is use FD really well. So there's a couple things specifically that you want to use FD for, but you can FD most of Mei's stuff just to push her out of range from strike throw. And that's this string in the corner, the H dolphin, right? The H dolphin does chip, but also it's +7 on block. So if you don't FD, she basically gets a strike throw mix up. But if you do FD, then, you know, the throw will whiff or the close slash will whiff. So make sure you're FDing that. The other thing to FD is just this string in general. It's really strong because that leads into a full combo at the rate spacing. But if you FD this, the 6H will whiff, and then you can get a punish. So make sure you're looking out for that that 5k as well if you think they're going to go for it. A couple other tips. One, if you don't know what fuzzy jumping is, learn the fuzzy jumping. It's Mei. I think it's one of the most important characters to do. Basically just means doing a delayed jump, right? So Mei gets her big damage off counter hits, and she also gets pretty good damage off of a command grab. And one way to not get counter hit is to just jump out of the command grab. So make sure you're focusing on that. Do a delayed sequence. So even if she goes for like a, so if she goes into a close slash, into another close slash, you jump out, and then you're left in a pretty good situation there. And if she goes for command grab, you just get the punch. The last thing I'll say is make sure you know how to deal with S Dolphin on block, right? It's only -3, which means that a good Mei player will poke you after. So just make sure you rotate your options, right? You don't want to always press like I can press my 5p, but I don't always want to press this 5p because Mei has ways to beat this, right? She can do something like this into 6p. And because you play Mei, your risk reward is really high, so they're going to be really aggressive. So make sure you rotate your options really well after Dolphin. What I like to choose is, either backdash or 5p, or press 5h to snipe out a Mei doing a backdash after Dolphin. The last thing about Dolphin is even on hit, it's only 0 on hit, which means that it's still kind of your turn. So don't just down back or backdash. You can actually press a button here a lot. All right, so for example, with Bridget, I can mash 5k to call out Dolphin, and I can get a pretty good punish off them going for an option that is, being aggressive after a Dolphin. So make sure you mix up what you do after Dolphin. I think that's really important. But if you have any other tips against Mei, leave them down in the comments below. All right, anyways, guys, let me know what you think about Mei down in the comments below. Do you think she's overpowered? Do you think she's underpowered? Do you think that her main advantage is having to hear Totsugeki screeching in your ears and you get distracted in the game, or having to listen to her theme song and that debuffs your gameplay? Let me know. I'm really curious to see what you guys think about Mei in Guilty Gear Strive. Like, share, and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. We can explore more characters, or just general more Guilty Gear content. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.